How to become a police officer. What's it take to become one? And by the end of my speech, I hope I have give you folks some insight on what it takes to become a police officer and what a police officer goes through in order to get certified. According to Chief Patrick Scallon of Ackley, Iowa, it takes a police officer are essential in order for us to have a safe society. The job can be stressful and very dangerous at times. Police officers are extremely dedicated individuals who have a strong sense of duty. You have some weak links, but overall the majority are dedicated individuals to the job of being a police officer. Becoming a police officer is not easy, but it's a goal that can be accomplished with some hard work, careful planning on your part, and dedication to that goal. First, you need to ask yourself why you want to become a police officer. Is it just to wear a nice uniform, badge, and carry a gun? Is it to pull people over and give them tickets? Or is it because you want to get even with that individual that caused you so much grief growing up? Or is it so that you can drive around in a patrol car and eat donuts? If it is that, you need to find a different profession. This job is not all fun and games. It's not cops and robbers. There'll be times that you go home heartbroken, but you need to leave it at the job. Don't take it home with you. According to policelink.com, being a police officer is one of the most stressful professions anywhere in the world. It is stressful that is part of the thing that you do not want to take home to your family. You leave it at the job. Second, you need to ask yourself, will I be able to handle the stress of the job as well as the physical aspects of the job? You need to find a way to relieve that stress. Do not let the stress build up inside you. Being a police officer will affect you, your family, and your friends. Your friends may ridicule you. Why you want to become a cop? Why you want to become a pig? Just tell them, it's a dedication to a profession that I want to seek. You can talk to other police officers that you already know and ask them what it's really like about the job. You need to discuss it over with your spouse. Don't just walk through the door one day and say, honey, guess what? I joined the local police department. If you do that, you may want to think about ducking. Check with your local law enforcement department and see if they have what they call a ride-along program. What this is you will sign a waiver, and then you'll be allowed to ride along with a police officer on their duties. But get a variety. Don't just ride with one officer on one shift. Ride with different officers on different shifts. Each officer may perform their duties differently. That is why you must, or you should, try to ride with different officers with different shifts. According to Director Penny Westfall of the Iowa Law Enforcement Academy, there are some minimum standards for Iowa law enforcement officers that you must comply with. First, you must be a United States citizen and a resident of Iowa to become a resident upon being employed as a police officer. You must be at least 18 years of age when your time of your appointment or your time of Iowa certified to become a law enforcement officer. You must also have a valid Iowa driver's license or obtain a valid license. You cannot be addicted to drugs or alcohol. You may have used alcohol and drugs in the past you've gone through what we call Alcohol Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous, as long as you are not addicted to either one, within the past few years, you should have no problem becoming at the academy. You must pass a fingerprint search conducted local, state, and national. You will take 2 sets of fingerprints. One is sent to the local Division of Criminal Investigation, what we call DCI here in Iowa, also to the FBI. Then you wait for those results to come back. Normally, your hiring agency will perform that task for you. You can go to your local law enforcement department and tell them you're applying, and they can take your fingerprints for you. You must be a high school graduate or hold a GED certificate. Some departments may require you to have a college degree. You just have to research each department. Each department can have different standards. These are just the minimum requirements. Some departments may require more requirements. They can always go higher than what the state requires. They can never go less than what the state requires. You need to undergo psychological testing. Basically what that is to see if you're nuts. No. It's a different questions. It's like a 150, 200 question thing. You just fill out. It's common sense questions, but it basic underlines to tell you if you have personality problems, if you're hiding anything, or what you would do or how you might react in given situations. Every officer will go through that. You'll undergo what we call the post test, and basically what that is a common sense test, kind of like a basic skills test you took in school. Also, you need to successfully pass a physical fitness test, and there are certain standards of push-ups, sit-ups, mile and a half run according to your age that you have to meet. Law enforcement agencies may hire you before going to the academy. However, if you don't, you can pay your own way through the academy, but all this minimum requirements you got to meet on your own. So what you can do is go to different departments and say, hey, I'm interested in doing this. When is the most available testing going to come up? And then you can schedule yourself accordingly. Or in the state of Iowa, you can contact the Iowa Law Enforcement Academy, and they can tell you when they have the testing set up at the academy, and so much money, then you can do the testing through the academy, and then you've got it done. The agency, if they hire you before they send you to the academy, they have up to 12 months. They have 1 year from your date of hire until they must have you enrolled in the academy. Iowa law does not say you have to have the academy finished within that year. It says the department must have you enrolled in the academy within 12 months from the date of your hire. Plus, this is a good way to do it because it gives the department a chance to see some of your weak points you might have and to build on that and improve on that so you have a better chance of completing the academy in a good standing. Keep in mind, the department or the agency has the authority to fire you or terminate your employment if you happen to fail any of the tests. If you happen to fail the fingerprint search, the background check, the department has the authority to terminate you, and therefore you will have to look elsewhere and practice on what some of your weak points are. Once you accomplish this, once you get to the academy, it is a profession that is rewarding over and over and over again. You cannot imagine the thrill and joy it brings to an individual to see that smile on a face when a police officer helps a little child or helps a parent of a child. There's no joy like it. I hope this will give you some insight on what it takes to become a law enforcement officer.